Hi, I'm Mark Graham, Engineering and Sales Manager here at Grilla Grills. Thanks for your purchase of the Silverbac pellet grill. Today I'm going to take a few minutes and show you how to put this thing together. All right, first thing we got to do is get this top off. This takes a little bit of wrestling sometimes, and you're going to find there's a lot of packaging in this. You want to make sure it gets to your house safe. So scoop this thing off the top. I'm going to set this off to the side. So here's all the goodies inside. So I'm going to start taking these things out and get them laid out, and then I'll go over each of them. All right, so we took a few minutes and got things cleaned up a little bit. Makes it easier for me to show you some of the stuff we got going on. So obviously we got the grill sitting on the floor over here. The stuff down here is the cabinet. We got the lower base and the sides and the doors and stuff. We also have the handles, the smokestack. On top of the carton here we have all the items that are stainless steel, being the drip pan, the heat deflector, the cooking grates, and of course we got the hardware pack and meat probe and can holder as well. So now that I got this stuff laid out, I'm gonna start putting this thing together. All right, so there's a few ways to do this. I'm gonna start by putting on the back panel first. I wanna make sure the louvers are facing down and line that up. And I'm gonna use the pan head style screws for this. With all these screws, I'm simply just putting them finger tight for now. Next, I'll go to the right-hand side. And then I'll put on the top brace. Make sure the magnets are facing up. All right, next I'll put the doors on. And you'll see one side spring loaded. So that's going to go on the top. So that means this is the right door. Simply drop the peg in the hole in the bottom. There's a little lever, just pull it down just enough to get it in there. And then it'll pop right in the hole. Once you get this together, I did leave all the screws loose, and that's because of this. If I simply shift this, you can see how the doors can misalign and line up. So what you want to do is get your grill on top of here, which we'll do shortly. Then we'll tighten everything up once we get everything lined up. So it's very important at this point, don't crank everything down because your doors may be crooked. So let's get the grill on top here and see what we got. This thing is heavy, guys, so I enlisted the help of Matt Fitz, one of my main guys here. He's been in some of our other videos helping out, right?
Yep, some of the seasoning and maintenance videos. And now we're gonna actually use a buddy system and actually lift this with two people so that way you don't hurt yourself. And I already took the liberty of locking down the wheels, so that way it doesn't roll around on you.
All right, so I'm going to grab the handle on this side and just set it right on here. All right, so now we got it on there. There's a couple of screws to get it bolted down, and I think we're all set, Matt. Thank you for your help as always. All right, now that we got the grill sitting on the cabinet, I'm going to secure it by using pan head screws in 4 positions. And again, like the lower cabinet, I'm just going to get these snugged up a little bit. Okay, now that I got it all bolted together, snugged up, the alignment looks pretty good. If you need to make any adjustments, you can make some pretty easy tweaks just by grabbing the top and holding the bottom. Once you get it where you like it, we can start tightening things up a little bit. And then periodically check, make sure your alignment is still good there. All right, that looks good. So now I'm going to go ahead and start putting some handles on. So with the handles, we're switching screws now. We're going to the hex head and a washer. I'll snug them up a little bit here with a wrench. And next I'll do the main lid handle. Again, the same screw setup. Hex head with a washer. All right, we got everything else installed, so go ahead and install the smokestack. Ensure you use your gasket here. We're going to use the same hex head screws. So I'm going to go ahead and get it started here. So press that one in. And then the last thing we got to do is install the smoke cap itself. That simply just threads on. I would like to point out there is one leftover screw. That's just in case you lose it, so don't freak out and think that you missed a screw somewhere. So before I put any of this stuff in, I highly recommend that you wash it with soap and water. That just ensures all the oils and stuff is removed. So the first thing I'm going to put in is the heat deflector. And you can see how it's got some notches. That simply sets in here. Next is your grease pan. When you install this, ensure that the large lip on the right hand side and the small lip is on the left hand side. Next is the stainless steel main grate. And then your upper cooking rack. I always put the bent part in the back so it stays out of your way. And last but not least is the trusty grease can holder. That simply clips onto the side over here. And we're all done. Last couple things. Don't forget your meat probe. Simply plugs into the front of the controller. We also have the manual, the trusty manual. Make sure you reference this if you got any questions, and that's always helpful. So a couple things you want to do next is season this thing. There's a link below you should see. That should take you to a video that shows you how to season this grill properly. It's very important you do that. That gets rid of the manufacturing oils and gets the thing ready for your first cook. To go along with that, YouTube has a ton of videos on our page, Grilla Grills. Tina Cannon, Shane Draper, and some others have created some wonderful recipes for you guys. I would highly recommend trying those out right away. Hopefully make you the star in your backyard is the whole goal here. And so with that being said, thanks for watching. And again, thanks for your purchase of the Silverbac, and hopefully this is helpful.